This is Model Boat Building Made Simple by Steve Rogers. At least a half a dozen of these books, and they go up in complexity and size. They're fun to build, they're very well illustrated, and step by step. This sander, I wish I'd built the sander before I built any of these boats, because it calls for 3-inch or 15 inches long, quarter wide or half-inch wide, 3 30-second strips to plank the bottom of this thing and the sides. And I did it all with my little table saw, and then just had to hand sand them. If I'd had this sander, it would have helped. These are 3 30-seconds thick. I could have set this to that thickness, run it through. Beautiful. So that the really thin stuff doesn't slide down between the blade here. After I cut it so tiny, I just took a piece of scrap and cut a kerf in it, 1/8 inch, so that when I run this through, I don't lose it. It doesn't split. I'm following the instructions in the book. I get to the part where you're putting on the first 2 planks, where you have the boat framed. And I did it according to the book. This is what I came up with. Now what he has you do is, you take a block of wood, you mark a center line on it. You take these little tiny brads and you push the brads through the plank and into the transom and the stem. If you hit a knot or a hard piece of wood, they don't hold. But anyway, so I mean it worked. I got them in there. But the trouble with this method is, if your wood isn't exactly uniform, exactly the same thickness, the whole frame is going to be curved to one side or the other. And when you go to plank it, that's really going to look bad. Thinking of a method to ensure that the sides were equally spaced apart from the center line, and the center of the stem was lined up with the center of the transom. My other video where I built the Headmaster model airplane out of balsa wood, I used a method with a center line on a board that I think will work for this. So what I've done here is I've taken just a piece of wood and cut it off the length of the boat. And the hard part was getting little planks that are not very much surface area to stay glued while you work on the rest of the boat and get the boat lined up. I'm going to line up the center line that I marked on the transom with the center line on the jig. So I'm going to move these in to hold it right there. Alright, now I'm going to tighten these up again. See how I can slide these and get the center line dead on?